Can you just tell us, like, which secret do you have?
I'm a risk taker. What is the worst that can happen? That's the question I always ask myself. What is the worst that can happen? If I can handle the worst, then let's do it. If the worst, I can just lose money kidogo, it's okay. Fine.
So Jeff, you always risk?
Yeah, I'm a risk taker.
In anything you do, you always risk?
Yes.
Wow.
I'm a very big risk taker.
So let's continue. Like, you started reggae, it picked. Good afternoon to you. We are here with Jeff Moovers. And Jeff, welcome so much to this YouTube channel.
Thank you, bro.
Welcome, Jeff, and I want you to introduce yourself to our viewers and tell us who is this Jeff Moovers we've been hearing about.
Oh yeah, my good people, my name is Jeff Moovers, a boy from the ghetto with big dreams. Here I am, running entertainment, running Eldoret, managing clubs, small-scale businessman, and I'm here. Yes.
Wow, Jeff. Talking of you are here running small business. No, you're not running small business. You're a big person. I know you as a promoter.
Yes.
First thing first, you told us that you're a boy from ghetto. Tell me about that ghetto thing that you've talked about.
Yeah, unfortunately, or let me just say, unfortunately, I came from a very humble background. I didn't come from a very well-to-do family. I struggled with primary school, high school. But I remember I never even, the entire 2 terms in my high school, Form 4. I never went to school because I couldn't, my parents couldn't afford fees.
Not serious.
But yeah, I struggled my way. I was an altar boy by then. Yeah, but I was an altar boy for 9 years.
You're not serious.
9 years, yes.
So your dream was to become a priest?
My dreams was to become a priest. My mom knew I would be a priest.
Then what happened? Tell me the story.
It's a weird one. I remember when I finished high school.
Yes.
Then I started struggling here and there, and I had this passion of shaving people. I used to be a barber. I shaved people for like almost 3 years.
When in Eldoret here?
In Eldoret, yes. In Eldoret.
That was which year?
The year 2000, from 2000 to 2003.
Wow. 2000 to 2003.
Yes.
You had finished your Form 4?
I finished my Form 4.
Wow.
Yeah, more. Wow. I'm not a young person.
So you started
hustling
at that early age?
At that early age, when I was 17 years old.
Wow.
Yes.
Wow.
I went to campus. Yes.
So you were working for you to collect school fees for university?
Yes, for university. Yes, I went to Aberdeen, Nairobi. Yes, I did. In the year 2007, came back to Eldoret. Hustling. I started working in a barber shop. I worked for like a year, saved some good money, and I bought the same barber shop.
So you were working for somebody else in that barber shop.
Yes.
Then you were saving the money.
Yes.
And then again you came and paid it.
I bought the same barber shop.
Wow, what a motivational story.
So, and a year later, again, business was good. And I remember after post-election violence, and I opened my second barber shop in town.
Wow. This
Eldoret, yes.
Yes.
In the year 2010,
2010.
I was the first person who opened an executive barber shop in town. So I had 3 barber shops in town.
Wait. In a span of 3 years,
yes,
you just opened
barber
shop after barber shop. Then the 3rd year you open an
executive barber shop in this town.
Wow.
It used to be called Jeff Executive Barber Shop.
Jeff Executive.
Yes. So and the year around, and I hate doing one thing for a very long time. So I got bored. I got bored. So I tried to start entertainment in the year 2011, and I used to love music. Me and my best friend is called Gilbert. So we used to travel to Nairobi to go listen to good music and come back. So one day I just told him, why don't we just bring these DJs to Eldoret? The year 2011.
2011.
Where were you?
2011, I was still in high school.
So
yeah, that is mad respect.
Yes, so in 2011, I used to love reggae music. My fan is a fanatic of reggae music. So there's this DJ, he's based in USA, it's called Simple Simon.
I know Simple Simon. I've heard of his songs so much.
Simple Simon, he was one of the pioneers of reggae music.
So he was your friend by then?
Yeah. Yes, yes, yes. We used to go to his gigs in Nairobi.
Jeff, wait, tell me.
Yes.
Where do you get this connection first?
See, kujituma.
Wow.
Kujituma.
Wow.
So I used to go to his gigs, you know, and I mean, career yangu, I have to introduce myself. Like, I like being noticed. Hey, I'm here. I'm from Eldoret. I came all the way to listen to good music.
But you know something funny nowadays, you don't need to introduce yourself.
Yeah, I
People
know.
just look there. That is Jeff Moovers.
Yes, and apparently. So I talked to him. I can by the way, I want to bring to Eldoret. You've never been to Eldoret. I can never miss Wezi, but I can give you some 2 DJs. So he gave me MC Full Stop and another DJ called Juan. By then, Juan was almost 18 years old.
I know Juan.
You know Juan?
Yes, I know him.
Yes, in 2011, in June, I brought them to Sam's discotheque. Do you know what it is?
I don't know.
It was long dead. White Castle, there's an underground club there.
Wait, can you just give us a glimpse of how you organize that thing? Like, because you told him I need DJs, and then he told me I give you DJs, then he gave you DJs. Then after that, what happened?
No, I came, I did very good marketing. I remember we had some very good sound we put on a lorry. For a whole week, we were just roaming in all the estates in town. Like,
so at that time,
yes.
Wait, let me cut you short. Sorry. At that time, social media was not that vast to people.
Yeah, it wasn't.
So you used roadshow.
Roadshow, yes.
Okay.
I used roadshow. So we used to go to estates, tell people, yeah, you know what? On Sunday, kutakuwa na reggae, there kutakuwa na reggae, MC Full Stop, kutakuwa na reggae. And that by that time that club was dead, like completely dead. Any people never used to go there. But hata wenyewe walishtuka how we and we were charging, by the way.
You were charging entrance
fee, yes, and the club was super full.
You're not
Yes.
serious.
My first try and the club was super full.
What?
And that's when everybody noticed, hey, there's somebody kuna mtu hapa.
So tell me from there, Jeff, because one thing is that you bring a dead club being alive.
Yes.
How was the response by them?
That was amazing. Kujituma, bro. The response was amazing. The club was full. So everyone in Eldoret, the owners of the club, noticed that, hey, kuna mtu hapa anajituma. So I remember I approached Club Signature,
Yes.
because by that time they were doing very well. And their Sundays, they weren't very good, like quite a very good attendance.
So after that event, you decided to approach Club Signature.
Club Signature now to work with them, you know, because it was the in thing by that time. But the manager alikata akasema hapana, this is a high-end club, reggae ni watu wa ghetto, watu ya langas, unajua we cannot allow them. So I was like, okay, yeah, that's what he told me.
But that one demoralized you, right?
Kinda.
It brought you down.
No, actually no, it did not.
It was a motivation.
For me, a negative comment kinda pushes me, by the way. It's my biggest motivation, by the way.
You're a very different kind of a person.
Yes.
I see.
So I tried another club. It was just the next club next to Signature, Spree.
I know Spree.
And they also said no. So there was a mid club that didn't have funds. It used to be called the Cave. So I convinced that the owner, like, we can do this thing here, and he agreed. So we were just trying and trying and trying.
It was just trial and error.
Trial and error. Like after 2 weeks later, the owner of Signature called me, Jeff Niaji, can you do this, man?
No.
Yeah.
Why? Okay, tell me, why did he call you? Because at first he refused.
He refused because he thought like, hey, the clientele of reggae, apana. Haiwezi. So the 3rd week he called me, how can you do this? And guess what? We launched reggae in Signature in 2013.
You're not serious.
2013, no, 2012. And guess what? That reggae was the most attended reggae for almost 8 years in Eldoret.
So, Jeff, you're telling me right here, as you're speaking, you are the one who introduced reggae to Club
Yes,
Signature.
yes, in Eldoret, Live Alone Club Signature in Eldoret.
Wow. That is so amazing. Actually, we didn't knew that.
Now you know.
You introduced reggae in Eldoret.
Yes.
A very big shout out to you, sir. Okay, tell me now then, after you introducing reggae, then what happened or what next?
So, so I told you I had left my Kinyuzi business. I was done with it. Now I'm fully into entertainment.
Okay, so before you go further, so your Kinyuzi business, did you sell it or you just?
Yeah, I sold one. One I gave to my boys. My boys I'm gone.
You just gave them?
Yeah, I gave them. They were very good boys, by the way. And they were like,
but
me, I always give back to the society.
But one thing I know about you, Jeff, you're a very big-hearted person. very big-hearted person. Then after you leaving the kinyozi business, you came to entertainment. And here you introduced reggae to Eldoret. It picked. Then
there's another thing I introduced, by the way. The first rugby event that happened in Eldoret, I was part of it. In 2013.
It happened in
Sports Club, Chebarga.
Jeff, can you give us one secret that you always have? Because one thing I've noticed, if you do anything, it just passes, it prospers. Because I've been one fan of you, and I've been following you from since I came to Eldoret. Jeff, I don't know what you do. Can you just tell us, like, which secret do you have?
I'm a risk taker. What is the worst that can happen? That's the question I always ask myself. What is the worst that can happen? If I can handle the worst, then let's do it. If the worst, I can just lose money kidogo, it's okay. Fine.
So Jeff, you always risk?
Yeah, I'm a risk taker.
In anything you do, you always risk?
Yes.
Wow.
I'm a very big risk taker.
So let's continue. Like, you started reggae, it picked. Then what next after that?
So people noticed that somehow I'm doing this thing, you know. So we combined with other people. We did our first rugby. When we want to do our second one, Tama ilikuja. So people like, hey, Tama, they saw money. So na mimi penye kuna magombano, mimi hapo sipatikanangi, I just.
So in short, the first one did so well.
Well, very well.
It brought some profit.
It brought some very good money. So the second one, sponsors saw our potential. They want, like, we can partner with you guys. We do this. Sasa kuna tameka kuja, and now everybody wanted.
So people are like, they want to.
And mimi ikifika hapo, mimi I just walk away.
Then after that, what happened?
After that, so mimi I went ahead and I started doing stuff at Spree. At that time I left Signature.
That was which year?
I'm talking about 2016. 2015, 2016. So the owner of 411 and Spree was one person. It used to be owned by one person. So he liked my job. He told me, Jeff, can you manage 2 clubs? I was like, yeah, I can do it. Why not? So I told him I'm a risk taker. Yes, I can. And by the way, guess what? Hey, do you know I'm the person when you told DJ Tibbs signature?
I was about to ask you your connection between you and DJ Tibbs.
He's a very good friend of mine.
How did you guys meet?
By default, when I was working at Signature, the manager of Signature at that time was his friend, so he brought Tibbs. And by that time, I told him when I can so I used to know him, and we go and pick a shere. I know him, we pick a shere. So we became.
So that's how you guys connected.
We connected and we became very close.
Because in every event of yours, DJ Tibbs never misses.
Yes. So we got on very well. So we started doing stuff. So I managed to find DJ Tibbs, Signature. Tibbs, can you come join me? Come join the winning team. This is a winning team. Yes. and truth is what, by the way. Yeah, we did it.
So how did you manage to pay him? Because he was being paid at DJ Club Signature.
Yes.
And then you said, come to the winning team.
Yes. And see, we used to do job and people trust what I do. So there's money.
So Jeff, tell me, how has this entertainment thing been? Because to be honest, I want just to be honest here. Jeff, you're doing an amazing job in Eldoret. If there is any person, even in Nairobi, you ask, do you know any person who does entertainment very well? You will start by asking you, do you know Jeff Moovers? Jeff, tell me.
It's just something I love. I love making people happy.
So, in short, you're telling me it is the reggae thing that made you start this entertainment thing?
Yes.
That one was the only motivation?
That was the only motivation. From there, and then I knew I could do this. I can host a Rumba event. I can host gigs in campuses. I could do rugby. Now I've grown. We are even doing Park and Chill. We are doing Party in the Wild.
We are running so fast. I want us to go in step by step.
Right.
There's nothing to rush. We don't want to rush. We don't want to rush. Right. So we had reached whereby you convinced the J Tibbs to come on your side.
Yes.
Then what next?
So we did an amazing job, by the way, with the Tibbs. And by that time, of course, I knew the top of the cream of the DJs, like Cream, Falmate, Darling. I know all the artists in Kenya, by the way.
Okay, Jeff, let us just go step by step a
Yes.
little bit.
Yes.
So you knew DJ Tips.
Yeah.
How did it come to connect you then knowing these other big DJs in Kenya?
Now, at around 2016, social media had come in. There was Instagram, there was Facebook, there was all this Snapchat and stuff. So I think the emergence of social media has really propelled me to the world. Yeah.
So it is social media which sold you out.
Exactly.
So Jeff, tell me, after you convincing DJ Tips to be on your side, which big other event did you make in that 2016? Apart from the shows that you are managing.
2016, I remember I worked with almost all the artists because
all the artists in Eldoret or in Kenya?
In Kenya. In Kenya. At that time, I was hosting all the DJ because almost every weekend I was hosting a DJ. This weekend I could bring John Fundman, next weekend I bring somebody else, you Rapture.
In different clubs or in just one place?
In those two clubs, Signature and Spree. No, sorry, Spree and 411.
Jeff, how did you manage, because you are the one who was linking the club and these artists?
Yes.
How did you manage to also pay these artists, because I know very well they also demand a very huge amount of money? How did you manage to pay them?
See, we're doing business. When I call them, I do my good marketing. People come, people spend, and thus I get money to pay them.
So how are you benefiting at that time?
See, of course, when I discuss about a payment plan with the DJs or the artist, of course, there's my card. I talk to the manager and I'm like, okay, maybe in the club, I want this money, I know this money, I'll sort the DJ, I'll sort my who and who.
Oh, so okay, so you are the one like you come as a package.
Yes, as a package. Yes.
That's why you started Jeff Moovers.
No, Moovers Entertainment.
Moovers Entertainment.
Yeah.
Okay. Now before we go in that even Moovers Entertainment, because it is far away.
Yes.
So you started having connection with these other big artists.
Yes.
Now in 2017, what happened in 2017?
2017, that's when apparently my friend who at that time was the manager at Signature, he got a contract with someone else and they opened Timber. Yes, in December 2017.
December 2017.
2017, yeah.
So it's just a friend.
They partnered. No, the guy was a very good friend of mine, the manager of Timber, the manager of Signature. He was a very good friend of mine. So when they opened Timber, they were like, of course, Jeff must be here. Yeah, this thing, it's only Jeff who can do it.
But Jeff, even before we start talking about Timber, trust me, Timber ilisumbua.
Yes.
It disturbed with your name. let me just use that direct translation.
Yes,
it really disturbed this town. And even not only in this town, even in Nairobi, you could hear people like, do you know Timber? And those are people from Nairobi. They could come and party in Eldoret from Nairobi. Tell me, what was your secret? What was your experience you working in Timber? Or tell me the first experience you entered Timber, because it was a first and it was a new club. Like,
secret of Timber was just one. When my friend was building the place, he wanted to build it just like a small place. But me, I was like, you know what? Let's go big. Let's go big. Tujenge club yenyewe. But wengine anataka kujenga club hapa ogope. I was like, Jeff, hapana. Nikamwambia, okay, naturally I'm overambitious. Naturally.
And I see that.
I'm overambitious and I'm a risk taker, and I'm saying, what is the worst that can happen? Remember the worst not to kuja hiyo tu. Can we handle that? Yes. Let's do it.
So that was the worst.
Yes. So Timber, ikiwa post ya kwanza, I was there.
You were there.
I was there. So ikaanza kujengwa when we were doing the renovation kidogo hapa na pale, I was there.
So you are also the one who say weka kitu fulani,
weka pale. Wow. So when we open the doors like Gamlai, the friend 3 years down the line, hakuna club inge to beat. No club would have competed with us.
So let me ask you another question. Like, what was your secret? Because the marketing was wow. How was your secret? Because I'm very sure you are not using a lot of resources to do the marketing, because Timber itself could sell itself. You could hear from a person, have you ever been to Timber? No, my friend, you are missing out. And then the next time you see, like, he collects some 5 friends of his or hers, then come to Timber. Tell me, what was the secret?
My connection with people. I was born in this town. I'm born in this town. Born and raised.
Born and raised. So you've been having a very good connection with people since you are very small.
Yes.
So how was your experience in Timber since you worked there for 3 years?
It was awesome, one of the best. Now Timber, if there's something that really exploded Moovers entertainment, is Timber. Because there with Timber, in fact, the way I'm of ambitious, we just opened 2 weeks. Sauti Sol. Like, are you serious? I'm like, yeah, Sauti Sol. They're doing Sauti Sol here. But you don't know, they 1.something million. Yes.
No.
The guy was like, Jeff na joke. I'm like, tunaenda Sauti Sol. Tufanye vitu ambazo mtu mwingine azifanya. And but 2 weeks later, we brought Sauti Sol to Timber.
He agreed to remove that 1.something.
Yes. I told him how, nikamwambia ajue ni hesabu tu. You know what? We do this. This is how tutapata pesa. This is how tutafanya hivi. This is how we'll manage to pay them. Yani hakuna hasara. For him, he couldn't tell again, we could do A, B, C, D, and indeed, we pata pesa.
We pata pesa na profit.
Yes.
Jeff, you are a very you are a smart student. Tell me your strategy. Because not a normal person can do that. Not a normal person, I'm telling you. Not a normal person. To be honest,
it's just knowing what you do.
Jeff, how can you just risk 1.something million in a very new open club? How?
I can risk more. If I have the money, I can risk more.
So, starting on 2017, that's where Timber started, right?
Yes.
So how was it until those 3 years elapsed?
So Timber was very good, by the way, doing amazing job. Everything is okay, and like any normal circumstances, mkifanya kazi na mtu lazima mtagorozana pale. That's very normal. That is very normal.
So you guys were brushing shoulders with your
boss? with my boss was my former friend. So we're having issues. It's normal. It's very normal.
It is normal.
Because for me, I'm naturally ambitious, by the way. Naturally. So the guy thought like, I nakimbia mbio sana. Nampeleka mbio sana. So he used to complain a lot. Yeah, but me, I'm like, you're making money. What's the problem?
You're making profit, not going on loss.
So
why are you complaining?
Now along the way, of course, those days you'll make losses. But if your winning percentage is more than 80%, you're good to go.
You don't need to worry.
Yeah. So once in a while we make that mistake. Of course, life is all about mistakes. We learn more from mistakes than success.
Sure. So the 3 years elapses.
The 3 years elapses, and I remember the year 2019.
2019.
December. I just got bored. I told you, I get bored doing one thing for a very long time.
Yeah, 3 years was a long time for me.
It was a long time. So I was like, you know what? I'm done. So I just feel like I should do something else. And that's where the idea of my first ever event, outdoor event, it was called Summerfest, came about.
I remember very well. Tell me, did you manage? Okay, when you were managing Timber, were you the manager there? Were you the promoter there? Who were you in Timber? Because a lot of people may be confused and saying, Jeff is the owner of the Timber. Jeff, we don't know. Can you just tell us? Can you just clarify, since you're not there, but you can clarify to us so that we may get also a glimpse of what you are there, because you were very big.
No, I'm there right now. So anyway, I was everything.
Sure.
I was the person running Timber, from accounts, promotion, managing the club, waiter, everything.
You could employ or
yes,
or
and
staff
fire.
anybody.
Yes.
You're not serious.
Yes, I could hire and fire. Yes, I used to do that. But I could rarely fire.
You could.
If I want to fire, we'll talk to the manager. I'm a manager now. We'll talk to her. I'm a charge clients. See what you can do. If you can punish her, whatever. So unless it was gross mistake, that's when I could just say, just know what to go home.
I remember very well when I was elected. I was appointed as Mr. UAE. I came there and you spoiled me. Jeff, how were you managing, like, the way you spoiled me? How will you manage to cover up for that amount of money that you used on people? Because I remember even my friends were telling me, when you have an event in Timber, maybe let's say a birthday or something, Jeff could spoil you like shit. So like, how?
See, as I've told you, I used to manage everything, including accounts. So when we bring in stock, I could just spare like a few bottles. I'm like, this I know, I'll just give someone. So it balances the books, by the way.
It balances the books.
Yeah.
So Jeff, you being in Timber, is it the one that gave you a very, very, very big connection in Kenya? Since I understand very well that your connection with artists is very, very close. You can even call an artist via phone call.
Yeah,
tell him.
right now. Can you just call to the browser and be bigger story?
You sure?
I can call Nameless, I can call BNs or so. I can call Churchill, I can... You know, serious?
Jeff, no. Are you for real?
Yes. Do you know what Otile calls me? Let me just show you.
I don't know.
Otile.
I don't know. Wow. Wow. And how?
This is Otile Brown. How does it refer to me?
My brother Jeff.
Yes.
Wow.
We are bros.
Wow. Wow. He said, sorry, I wasn't able to call you back. Let me ask you,
yes.
how do you interact with these people? How do you get their attention? How do you get how do you bond with them? Because for somebody to call you my brother, it means a lot.
Otile, like for example, like Otile, I started with him when he was charging 50, when he was a nobody. I saw the potential in him.
When he was being managed by Dr. Eddie?
Yeah, by that time, yeah. Otile by that time was charging 50,000. Saizi Otile is almost $1 million.
No.
Yes.
No.
Yes. But for me, he gives me a good deal because he knows where to talk about.
So Jeff, if, for example, you have a gig in Eldoret, you can just call.
Yes.
You will not call the manager. You call Otile Brown.
I'll call himself. Hey bro, Niaji, when are you available? I want to plan an event. When are you available?
Serious?
Yes.
And they will come.
He will come. He will, without hesitating.
So Jeff, tell me the relationship between you and these artists. How do you manage to get them? How do you manage to bring them on board? How do you manage for them even to call you brother? Like, nini unafanya different from other people? Because it is not easy for someone like Otile Brown with this busy schedule just to text you or call you back and saying, bro, what were you asking or what were you saying?
I know how to relate with people. Yes.
And that one I know. But how? Because that one is very unique. Because even me, I know how to relate with people, but you find out like si relate na kila mtu. But yours is very unique. Nini unafanya? What are you doing different from us? Because on most occasion nitakupigia simu nini, but ndo upate ile pia time ya kuniita brother, because you know, for somebody calling you brother, no. What are you doing this?
Sinakwambia ni kwenye tumetoka bro. Let me I can just say ni baraka za Mungu, because sometimes nakwambia I do stuff that I wonder sometimes, how did I do it? I don't even know how I do it.
Sure.
Yeah.
That one reminds me, Jeff. Before Corona, you had organized for this artist from Tanzania called Rayvanny.
Yes.
Can you tell us like how did you happen? Because I was following you by then. Until now, I'm following you. You went even up to Tanzania.
Yes. To
the Wasafi office.
Yes.
How did you manage? Can you just tell us how did you manage?
So actually, Wasafi came during Summerfest when I was doing my first outdoor event.
I remember the event.
When I did it somewhere around Monarch. So when we did that, it was a very good, successful event. So I remember me talking now as it was sound. I told them, you know what, in April, I think I want to bring Tanzanian artists. Yes. And December 2020, I want to bring Diamond. They were like, are you serious? I was like, yes, I am serious. So, I told them I'm ambitious.
Well, your story is so motivational. I'm even lacking words to ask you some questions because you're just motivating me.
Yeah, I can plan for a whole year. I can plan an event for a whole year.
For a whole year.
A whole year. Yes.
I remember actually before Corona, you had arranged your events from that time till I think it was until August.
Yes.
I don't know.
Because when I did Summerfest, it was successful. I was doing Rayvanny April. Around August I was to do Wizkid, and around December I was to do Diamond. Yes.
Okay, Jeff.
Nikola number manager Wizkid. We were talking. When he came to Kenya, I went that event in Nakuru. When Harmonize was here, the event flopped. Me, I was in Nakuru with Wizkid and the manager.
No, I'm asking, how do you get access to these people? How do you get access? Let's say, for example, Wizkid, how did you get access to his manager?
Apparently, some of the organizers of this event, I know them on a personal level. So I accessed the VVIP. Yes. Like with Wizkid, I was Jalango and Wizkid Koteni.
So you and Jalango always...
Yeah,
you talk.
Jalango the boys, we talk.
Wow.
Jalango Willis Raburu, the on my boys are kind of, I think everyone in the media, I just talk to them like,